It's your girl, Caroline, and this is part 2 of the guest bedroom makeover. If you haven't watched part 1 already, chronologically, I recommend it. In today's video, we are mostly doing styling, finishing touches, and talking through a couple questions left unanswered from the last video. Let's kick it. Woo! Gotta remake the bed though. Freaking fluff it up, fluff it good. It's fluffy. Okay, before I go into revealing the whole bedroom, I'm gonna take it back, remind us where we left off in part 1. Wow. Oh, wow, what a mess. I think the camera makes this room look bigger than it is, but it's just an 11 by 13 foot, pretty small guest room in my parents' house. It was my childhood bedroom when I lived there, when I was their child. And it just needs a hard refresh. Look at that, green ceiling, lime green. It's a choice. Oh, that's dog pee for sure. My goal was to help this room grow up a little bit, and a tip for maximizing storage in a small guest room is to skip the dresser altogether and go for super oversized nightstands. In addition to the closet, that's more than enough storage for any guest. In addition to a soft but moody color palette and a thrifted bed, the showstopper of this room is the wallpaper. I love this wallpaper. It's my reason for living. Yes, it is linked, and I'll never shut up about it. I placed a full-length mirror over each nightstand because this will make the room feel taller than it is, and because I'm dramatic, damn it. I think the one standout question I got, which I thought was a very good question and worth addressing, was why I didn't choose to orient the bed between the windows. The answer to that question also has to do with how I start designing a room from scratch. If you're like me and you love traditional style, then symmetry is your friend. And on the flip side, a bit of asymmetry is a great way to get a more modern feel. But in this traditional bedroom, symmetry would come at a cost. I love the idea of putting the bed symmetrically between the windows. However, here, the large nightstands would have to be pushed up against the sides of the room and wouldn't align with the windows. So it's ultimately a personal preference, but I would rather have things on the other wall than have this kind of whack window nightstand alignment. Not worth it to me. I don't need it that bad. In addition, I knew I wanted a small but significant secondary zone, a reading nook. If the bed were to go between the windows, then it would mean the chair would have to go in a back corner. But if we orient the bed this way, it allows to put the reading nook by the window, overlooking my mom's amazing garden. My mom's like a great gardener. If I'm reading a book, even if I'm looking at a freaking desert, I would rather be at a window than at just like a corner in a wall. Those decisions are obviously specific to this room, but the sequence of decision making applies to any space. First, look at those immovable objects, the things that like have to happen or the things that you have to work with, and then making things work from there, letting that be your starting point is what I recommend. But I think identifying it that way can be helpful. If you're like, I don't even know where to start by identifying those immovable objects. So that's why the layout is the way that it is. So this is where we left off in part 1. It's not done. I just threw in a random couple styling items. But in part 2 of the makeover, we'll be doing full styling, lamps, nightstand styling, a new armchair, window treatments, shades, something for all these blank walls. I don't totally know what yet. It's gonna be good though. It's gonna be all the juicy stuff. That's annoying. As far as bedding, I just wanted to go super comfy, snug, lots of layers. Couple bedding hacks I feel very passionate about. Pulling down the comforter, laying it down across itself, and then bringing the blanket or your sheet over top. What I am enjoying here is laying the ribbing of the comforter this way, horizontal across the bed, and then laying the blanket ribbing vertical, and it just brings like, it's just like a nice little bit of contrast even right here in the direction of the lines. Like that freaking delights me. Just a little contrast. Contrast is life. Contrast is life. If you watch my channel, you know my feelings on too many throw pillows. I did want to do like a single throw pillow in a rust color to bring some of the rust into the bed that's otherwise like very stark and white. And then this blanket is like a perfect rust, and this is something that my mom already had around the house. We did try to use as much as we could around the house because y'all, you can repurpose, you can redecorate your whole home with stuff you already got. Don't have to be buying everything brand new, okay? We got too much stuff, but I don't need more stuff. Where should I be? I should be over here. Yo, this is basically a giant coaster for a drinking glass or whatever to protect the top here, but this is also just like a stunning, I don't know what kind of stone this is. Who cares? It's pretty. And it's really large. I like that it's large because if you just have a coaster next to your bed in the middle of the night, I'm like drinking and trying to find the coaster. It's like, I'm trying to sleep right now. I need a large target in order to set this glass down. I really love styling. I think what I struggle with most is paring stuff down, editing down. I always like, I'm just having fun, so I want to keep going. But an edited look is often what I end up liking more. And if you're having trouble styling or making decisions about styling, sometimes it really helps to step back and take a photo of whatever you're styling. Just take a photo on your phone and then consult the photo. Somehow it kind of just shakes things up so you can look at it differently. It can be really helpful in illuminating like what you want to move or adjust or what's kind of off or whatever. When I'm styling, well, I will often like gather all the items you have that you've either bought or in your home or you're ready to move around and experiment, and just let yourself surprise yourself with what you might like where. You might think you really want a glass vase, but maybe a ceramic one ends up just sitting so nicer, and you don't need to know why. You'll just, you know, by looking at it. This is the beautiful thing about design. There's a lot of mindfulness and reflection in it because you're getting really honest about like, how does it make me feel? What effect does it have on me? I think it's kind of fun. What was my point? Damn it. I got some of these accessories just thrifted, like this. I got 2 of these drinking glasses, which are stunning, at a local DC thrift store. And then I got a couple of these little silver dishes I thrifted as well. This, and I have another one elsewhere in the room that's a little different. Hello, focus for once in your life. Just to collect like earrings, jewelry. It's cheap, but it's cute as heck, $5. Just having a little perfume right here, and I will admit I mostly bought this spray because the bottle is adorable and because the label was the right color. But it also does smell really good. You can like spray it on your linens too before your guest comes over. Spray your linens, whatever, make it a sensory experience. That's the nice guest experience. My mom picked out these lamps and I say A+ to my mom. I love that they're glass and it feels a little bit lighter and airier when like the wallpaper, everything like can start feeling a little heavy. And so I love that this lets light through. It just feels a little lighter. A+ mom, she the best, she the best. This is my favorite corner of the room by far. I knew we wanted a reading corner in this room. This guest room is often used by my sister. She's always reading, writing. If I stay here, I like to have a place to come and edit. Needed like a little reading work nook. Got this beautiful, beautiful chair from Ballard Designs with a custom upholstery. This is what took almost a full year to deliver, but we are very happy with it. It's extremely cozy. It is like a rocker glider, so it can spin around if you want to like face out the window or whatever. And the most important piece of this corner is this blanket, and let me show you why. So the blanket is what ties the chair to the rug to the rest of the room. Otherwise, they're not quite as related compared to this. So when we got the chair, looking at it, this is when a lot of the styling, can I sit please? And once this chair came in, I knew we needed some way to connect the chair to the rest of the room. A lot of the styling and finishing touches you do in your room, you're gonna have to do once the big things come in. Don't feel like you have to pick out all the styling items ahead of time. Feel free to tinker in your home. One nice way to mix patterns is to have something larger scale with something smaller scale. The scale of the pattern here is much finer than the large pattern on the wallpaper. And I also like to have a little bit of friction in like the floral pattern and something really hard or geometric or linear, such as a plaid. This is my favorite thing in the whole room. Oh, this is the other little silver plate. Well, I don't know if it's silver, it's probably not, but I got this also from a thrift store, but I'm actually using it as a coaster right over here, which I enjoy. I love it right here. It's so cozy. It's a really tight corner, so we made sure to do a pedestal table over here to just minimize on the legs and the busyness, so it's easier to like, it's not knocking into the chair. That's all I gotta say. Oh my God, I was just setting up the camera and I walked over here like this and I saw this shadow over here moving and I couldn't quite see the camera screen. I was like, who the fuck is that? That scared me so much. This person, I was like, who is that? Ooh, don't like it. Adding any kind of drape to your wall, even if it's the same color as the wall, it adds some dimension, it adds a little texture, it adds a textile. It really will warm up the space. This stupid curtain rod is the very last thing that came in. It took forever. I don't know why. Listen, you know, they're saying COVID delays. It's like it's been 20 years. And then I ordered it and said it was gonna come in August, and then October, and then November, and actually I'd ordered a different rod before. That took forever, canceled it. And then this one took even longer. So it's just, it's like a hostage situation via curtain rods. In addition, we've got some pretty heavy duty shades. These guys, to get a little blackout situation happening because my sister Elizabeth sleeps in here, and if she doesn't get a good night's sleep, everybody's suffering. So that's not happening. This is a very special piece because it was my grandmother's, my mom's mom, and I was very close to my grandmother. I just loved my maternal grandmother. Her home was one of the most, maybe like the most comforting place on earth to me. You know, as it is with a lot of grandparents. It's just like, it's such a special place. And it was decorated in some kind of like late 70s, 80s style with a plush carpet. And I don't know, I loved it. I genuinely loved her home. Wanted like a little console piece here where guests could drop things or, you know, whatever you need to put here. But it needed to fit while allowing this door to open. The bedroom door goes here, so look at this. Ooh, girl. That fit exactly. That is titillating to me. I like that. I like it. Don't need to spend crazy money on florals. These literally came from like a bush in the backyard. And I like doing them a little wild style. I like a little bit of hanky-panky these days. All the art pieces in this room were existing artworks that my parents owned. I really love having these giant mirrors. It's a small room. Maybe it's 13 by 13 feet, 8-foot ceilings. Like, it's nothing extreme, but there's still height to play up. You can still make a dramatic effect. I love it. I love shooting up the sides. But the thing about that, one design element that you can't undervalue is tension. And tension can be caused, why am I sitting here like this? Tension is created usually by negative space. So if you've got a lot going on the sides, you probably don't want to do a giant piece in the middle. By having this negative space here between the two mirrors and this piece in the middle kind of relating the mirrors, there's tension left here. And if we were to fill up all that space, the tension would disappear. finally edge of the bed with me. High five, Mom.
Nice room.
Nice room.
It's a little more grown up than it used to be.
I freaking love it.
And I love it. Every time I walk by, it makes me smile. It's so much fun, and I love everything here.
That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I was nervous. I'll tell you that. I was nervous as soon as they started putting up wallpaper. I was like,
It's on the wall now,
I hope this goes well.
I love everything. Wonderful job.
Thanks, Mom. I think we did a very effective collaboration.
We did.
Yes, we did. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to try and link everything in the description that I can. Leave any comments or questions that I didn't answer. Blessings to you all, and have an amazing day. Do you want to say the outro?
Pardon?
I don't know. Something cute. Something cute to wrap up the video. This has been a Caroline and Mom production, or however you want to sign off the video.
This has been a Caroline and Mom production. Caroline and Lauren.
Caroline and Lauren. That's
yeah,
true.
I like that. Okay.
Okay. Love you.
It was fun.
It was fun. Bye.